everybody, it's Teresa with restixin.com sharing an ornament for my cozy Christmas tree. Now, if you've watched my how to decorate a Christmas tree video, then you know once I get the garland on, then comes the filler ornaments, although that seems like a harsh word. The ornaments that bring depth. The ones that are the workhorses of your tree and not the superstars. So I'm going to show you a bunch of those this week. And it might sound like they're boring, but they're all still really cute. And even if they seem a little ho-hum, wait till you get them on the tree. I promise. These are the kind of ornaments that make all the difference. So for today, I'm going to start with a pom-pom. This is just a useful skill to know if you're a crafter. These come in handy everywhere, and they are ridiculously easy. So I've got this great yarn here, and you can use a piece of cardboard, you can get special rings, there's actually tools for this, but I just use my hand and it works great. It depends on how big you want your pom-pom to be. If you want a little one, then you want to wrap it around something smaller. For an upcoming tutorial with where I have pom-poms as a decoration, I wrapped it around one finger. This time I'm going to wrap them around 4 fingers. You can measure a piece of cardboard to the exact size you want if you want to be really strict with it, but you know me, I'm not strict about anything. So I'm going to just hold my yarn in place and start wrapping. And it's seriously that simple. If you want it fuller, then you just wrap more and you just go and go and go and go until you get to the size you want. So give me a minute here. If you were feeling strict, you could count how many loops you go around. The ones I'm making for the upcoming ornament, I actually counted those because I knew people would want an exact measurement. But obviously, I'm not counting this. Okay, that looks good. Now I just gotta try to get it off. I think it might be stuck on my ring. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm gonna cut off a big tail, and I'm gonna wrap that tail around and through the hole left by my fingers. See, so you can see it starts to go around and through. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull it tight, do it again. You can see this backwards. Okay, so I gave it a big tug to start pulling those loops together, and then I'm gonna pull that tail through one more time. And then I'm gonna tie a knot. So what I do is I put my thumb like this so that the tail doesn't go all the way through this time. I'm gonna push that tail through a 3rd time, and then this time I'm gonna push the tail through the loop I made. That's just kind of an easy knot I made up. Whatever gets the job done will work just fine. And to make sure that's extra secure, I'll tie that one more time. Okay, so now on the opposite end from where you tied those loops together, you just cut them all open. Once they poof out, you'll get a pom-pom. Now this time I probably should have wrapped a lot more because that's a pretty wimpy looking pom-pom, right? So if that's the case, then it's time to give your pom-pom a trim, because I made these so long that it should be the pom-pom should be that wide, but obviously I didn't make it thick enough. So if I give it a haircut, suddenly it's starting to look more and more like a pom-pom, see? So if you want your pom-pom bigger, you just have to keep adding loops, but I just wanted to get on and show you how it was done already. So then you can give it a little bit more of a haircut to make it even all the way around. And if you want to hang it like an ornament, then your tail that you cut off, you should just make it long enough that you can tie it into a loop. Here, I left a couple little pieces uncut. And and I'll just tie these together. There you go, and there's my little Pom Pom. I'm still gonna give it a little trim. It looks a little raggedy, but let me take my time and actually make a really big one and show you how great it's gonna look when I'm done. So here's one I made that had a lot more wraps around my finger, and once you cut it loose, then you just need to give it that haircut again. I like to give it a little shake when I think I'm done, just so that anything that's a little tangled up can come out. You can see I've missed a couple little spots there. I try not to get too carried away with the hair cutting though, because you can, perfect your way down to a little nub. You just keep cutting if you get too obsessed with it. Plus, I kind of like it on the shaggy side. If I wanted a perfect pom-pom, I'd just go buy one. But this has a little homemade look to it that I really love. So I've made myself a whole bunch of different sizes here. And the difference is just how many times I wrapped it around my finger. That's the nice thing about using your hands instead of using a tool or something, is you can completely change it up to look as big or as small as you want. And if you want to kind of control the size, if you're making a bunch of them that you want matched, say, just count how many times you wrap around and do it the same way next time. So I hope that you guys love this. I swear, once you use a pom-pom, you'll want to put them everywhere. They are so adorable. I'm gonna go tuck these deep in the branches of my tree to really give the tree a lot of depth and color. And I've got so many more to go where this came from, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of them. I'm gonna go and put this on my tree and get that process started. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.